channel. Thank you so much for being here, and if you're new here, hello. My name is Ashley. I run things here at Krogal. And finally, the long-awaited Peloton video. You guys have been very patient, and I say you guys have been patient because people actually want to see this video. I've had many a comment requesting this video, saying they can't wait for this video, so I do apologize that it has taken me so long. Aside from kind of the typical, like, I didn't feel like I had time to film it, I sometimes am lazy, aside from those kind of typical YouTuber excuses, this video has felt very overwhelming to me, and I have overthought this video into the ground. Like, I just want it to be perfect, and I really want to try to get as much information to you guys as possible. We'll get into it, but I didn't even really know, like, I had heard the word Peloton and I knew it was a cycling bike. Period, done. That's all I knew about it. And so I'm coming from somebody like that, right? Like, if there's someone out there like me who really has never heard of it or knows exactly what it does, like knows the buzzword Peloton but doesn't know kind of like the ins and outs of it, that's like pushing me to want to give more and more and more and all information to you guys. So that's the other reason I haven't put it out yet or filmed it, is because I have just been taking like notes on notes on notes and like created different outlines and oh my gosh. But guess what? We started anew, we started from scratch, and I'm just gonna do the best that I can. So I'm really gonna try to cover a lot in this video. If you have questions, or maybe you have a Peloton and you think that I missed something, definitely leave it down in the comments. I will answer all questions. I will pin, you know, a comment if I left out something like super important. So I'm just gonna do, I'm just gonna do the best that I can. I do have like a tentative outline, very basic, like you should have seen what I had written before. So how I'm basically gonna do it is, we're gonna talk about why we decided to get a Peloton, kind of how that came to fruition, when we got it. I'm gonna do a price breakdown, and then I'm actually going to take you guys over to my bike and kind of show you like how the interface works. I feel like that's such a, I mean, you use it every time you're on the bike, but for me that's such a draw, just the way that everything is like laid out for you and how easy it is to kind of navigate. So I'm going to take you to the bike and show you that, and then we're going to come back and I'm going to talk about why I love it. Because spoiler alert, I love this thing. So let's go ahead and jump in. I'm gonna start with why we got a Peloton. So this all started in, I wanna say like October of 2020. Cern and my husband kind of kept bringing up in conversation about how he wanted a Peloton. I was very against it because it's expensive. Price is, or what is expensive is definitely relative to everyone, right? So for us, I will say it was expensive. It's a pretty penny. And I'm always the one that's like, ooh, I don't want to pay that much, where he's very much more into like, well, especially like if it's an investment in our future, our health, whatever, he's more game to drop some dough. So I was very like anti the Peloton. And so I told him, I said, you know, after he kind of was working on me, and we did have the money to purchase it. Again, I just didn't want to bite that bullet right then. I was, you know, I was honest with him, and I said, you want to spend all this money on a Peloton, but like, when was the last time you worked out consistently? You know, gyms have been open and closed around here. And there wasn't a time where he, you know, in 2020 really committed to working out, even if he had to do so outside. So my whole thing was like, I don't want to drop thousands of dollars on this machine and then have you not use it. At this time, I wasn't even thinking about myself. I was just thinking about him, right? So I said, why don't we do this? Get a gym membership and show me that like you can work out consistently. I wasn't like, you have to work out X amount of days a week for this long, but just show me that you can be consistent, because that would make me feel a lot better about purchasing, you know, this piece of equipment. So he got a gym membership. I went with him, I think twice. He showed me that he could, you know, keep it up and be consistent and work out. And I kid you not, after that month, it was like just shy of a month. After that, you know, barely a month was up, the gyms closed again. Around us, we're in Southern California, and the gym's closed. So he done did it. And in that time, I did a lot more research for myself. I wanted to see what all the fuss was about. I have a girlfriend who has had a Peloton bike for a couple of years now. I picked her brain like nobody's business, and then I started getting really excited. So now I'm like, cool, like Certain did it. He you know, showed me that like this is something he's actually gonna use, and now like I'm pumped to get it. So we ended up biting that bullet, and we purchased the bike and our shoes at the Peloton store. And the delivery time though was about 5 to 6 weeks. And that's normal. Like you can't just like roll in, ask for a Peloton and have it delivered like the next day. So we purchased it, and it was delivered, I believe it was December 14th. As soon as we got it, I had never seen one in person. Obviously I had been doing research, so I had seen videos and stuff like that, but getting it in person, you really see how small the footprint is. Like it really doesn't take up that much room, and that was really exciting to me. Initially we had it down in our garage, and that just, I mean, it was fine, but we then soon realized that we have to keep our trash cans in our garage. So we ended up moving it upstairs and kind of just had it in like a random spot until our Christmas tree was gone, and now it resides in our living room. So now that you guys kind of have a background on how this entire thing came to fruition, I feel like that's really important to just kind of know like how we went about purchasing it and why. Let's talk about price. So these are prices that are current. I didn't write down like what we paid because we paid less. They were running a promotion, which they frequently do. And also anyone that buys a bike gets a referral code. So I used my girlfriend's referral code, and we got a little bit money off that way. So currently the bike is $2,495, $2,495. So that is the bike, and then the touch screen, which you will see in a second, that like fully rotates. It's an HD touchscreen. You can do monthly payments if that's your jam, if you really want the bike and you can't, you know, pay all of that now. Shoes, we did get our shoes from there because we really knew nothing about cycling. I don't think I said that yet, but neither of us had ever taken any type of biking, cycling class ever. So we were not experts, so we weren't like, oh, we have cycling shoes, or like, oh, I know the website I want to buy them from. Like, no, I just wanted to get everything from Peloton. So the shoes were $125 each pair, and then you do pay a monthly cost of $39. Now that $39 is for your whole family to utilize the classes. Y'all, we gonna get over there in a minute. I keep going like that because it's right over there, but we're gonna get over there in a minute. But it's not just cycling. That is something I feel like is really important, and that I had no idea that it was just this library of various classes: cycling, meditation, yoga, Pilates, running, walking. You can download the app to your phone, go out for a walk in your neighborhood while listening to the instructors talk to you and build you up, and you know, listen to the actual music. And the $39 is for everyone. So if you buy a bike and there's 6 people in your family, it's $39. If you buy a bike and there's 2 people using it, it's $39. So it's $39, covers all the classes for everyone in your household. Another thing that we did purchase, but this was way after the fact, we bought it probably about a month ago, was the mat that it goes on. You don't have to have a mat at all, but once we decided that we were going to move it up from the garage to our actual like living space, which is hardwood floors, we wanted the mat, and that was $50. Okay, now that we've been through all of that, I'm going to take you guys actually over to the actual bike so that you can see kind of the interface, how it works, and then we will regroup here and I will tell you all the reasons why I love this thing. Okay, so here's the actual bike. You can see like the footprint is pretty small. We leave our shoes here. This is just like a perfect spot for them to be. They're out of the way, but they're close to the bike. Back here you have some holders for weights if you would like. We did buy a seat cushion. This was like 20 bucks on Amazon, and it's just a lot more comfortable if you're not used to like a cycling seat. So we did purchase that. Here is the touch screen. So when you first get on the bike or touch it like I just did, this pops up, right? So we have both of our profiles here. So I'm gonna click on mine. And then that takes us to our interface. I just feel like the way that they have laid this out makes it really, really easy. Easy to navigate, easy to understand. So up here in the corner, it you know, says congrats on a 10-day streak. I've worked out 10 days in a row. It checks off like the days of the week for you. Here it says your instructors, which basically, there we go, just means like these are the people I usually take classes from. So you have that there. And then your daily picks is kind of similar, like you like these type of rides, you like these instructors, here are ones you can do. So there's a 30-minute 90s ride, 20-minute groove ride, arms and intervals and arms ride. You can see there's a strength class. They offer like strength and stretching classes. So those are just ones that are recommended to me. And then we have most popular right now. So like where most of the people are, these are the classes that they're taking. So down here, you have some options. I'm not gonna go through everything, but this one is an important one. So when you click on classes, you get all of the classes from like most recent. So you can see this one was done 3 hours ago. Some of these were live rides. You can do a live ride where it's like, oh, it's at 4 o'clock, I wanna join it. Or some of them are like what they call on-demand rides, where they were pre-recorded and they're being uploaded to kind of the system. So you can see there's just everything. This is a 20-minute pop ride, 30-minute Black History Month 90s ride, 2010s ride, Broadway ride. They literally have everything. And what I love the most is this. You can filter all of this by instructor. Oh, there's a certain instructor that you like, you can filter it that way. Oh, you know that you only want to take a 20-minute class? Okay, do it that way. Oh, I'm really feeling hip hop today. Like, you can filter it so easily. You can also break it down from up here if you are just looking for some cardio. You can see there's like HIIT cardio classes. There's, look at 15-minute, 20-minute, 5-minute. There's, you know, all different types of lengths, which is really nice. And I just feel like this is so user friendly. You also down here can look at the schedule. So if you want to take a live ride, there's a 30-minute, you know, Cody Rigsby ride tomorrow morning at 5 in the morning. You can hit count me in. So you're kind of like checking in saying, yes, I'm gonna do that one. These are more like if you are interested in taking a live ride. Otherwise the schedule really means nothing. If I click down here on my picture, this is the overview that I get. So it'll tell me how many active days I have been working out, how many workouts I have done. This is the end of January and then the beginning of February. All the blue dots are days that I have worked out, different achievements that I have done. And this is a really great way to hold yourself accountable. That is what I like, is that I feel like they hold you accountable by doing all this stuff, but they don't like cram it down your throat. And they're not like, you're an idiot if you like didn't work out X day or whatever. Like, it's all very, very accountability heavy, but also giving you grace at the same time. So when we're talking about an actual class, I'm just gonna pretend to take one. You click on the class, and down here, it gives you a difficulty. So they rate every class out of 10. So this is a 7.9. This would definitely be a trickier one for me. I like to stay like 7.4 to 7.6 unless I really want to challenge myself. You can do a preview of it if you want to kind of see what it's all about. I'm not going to go ahead and do this part, but as soon as you hit start, it prompts you to scan your Apple Watch. You hold it up to this little Peloton logo right here, and it tracks the entire ride for you on your watch and logs it as a workout, which is really cool. If you're picky about music, you can go down a little bit farther and you can actually view all of the songs that are going to be played in the ride. Now, if you're unlike me, like this, the music, that's what gets me. Like that's what has me thriving on this thing, is all of the different types of music you can work out to. But if that's not your jam, down here where it says more, they offer just ride. All you do is ride. You can change the resistance where you like it, and you can just ride on your own, listen to your own thing, listen to a podcast, listen to your own music. They also have scenic rides, where you can just ride through various towns, countries. This is just, there's something for everyone. Now, you might be saying like, I don't get it. Like what, how are you even getting a workout? Like, you're just pedaling for 30 minutes? Oh, no. So this knob right here is where all of the power lies. So this is your resistance knob. And when you turn it to the right, it ups your resistance. So it feels like you're going uphill, like you're biking through mud, based on what the instructor tells you. So they might say, you might be at 30 resistance and they might say, okay, 50, then you have to crank it. You're not cranking it forever. It changes really quick on the screen. And then when you're going downhill or you're biking on what they call a flat road, you crank it to the left. One other thing I want to mention is there is kind of, I hate to even call it like a social media portion, but there is like a kind of social portion to the Peloton, which is that you can follow people. I really like how they do it because they make it so that like it's social, but it's not, you're not like commenting on people or like putting picture. No, you can follow people. So like I follow some of you guys. I follow friends of mine who have one, a cousin of mine has one, so I follow her. You can see what workouts they do. So if maybe somebody mentions that they did a certain ride and you want to take it, you can go to their profile and see what ride that was. You're also notified on that interface when somebody who you follow takes a certain class. It'll say like, oh, like your friend took this, and then you get a special badge that's like you worked out with a friend, like you did a ride that one of your friends did. And you can give high fives to people, and that you can give that to anyone, like anyone that you're riding with, even if you don't know them, and you just want to give them some motivation, you can give them a high five, but that's it. Again, if you have any questions about that, about the interface, about how that works, leave them below. Y'all, I'm just trying to do my best. I'm really trying to cover everything because I love this thing, and I want anyone who's on the fence to get excited about it and love it too. So I want to really make sure I present all the information. Okay, now let's dive into all of the reasons why I love this thing. I'm just obsessed with it. I love it and I can't get enough of it. So just a little background about me. I, prior to this, hated working out. I've mentioned this many times on my channel, but the only time I was ever successful in a gym setting was when I had a personal trainer. There was a time, I think it was like 2014, I think. We were really on the up and up financially, and I wanted to work out, but I needed to know like someone's waiting for you. Someone's waiting for you there. You're paying for it. You better get your butt to the gym. That's what I needed. And I feel like while there's not that same urgency with the Peloton, kind of those various things we went over on the touch screen for, that are there for accountability purposes, those help me. Seeing how many days in a row that I've worked out, seeing you also have like what's called your output. So it's kind of how hard you worked during the workout, and you get a badge every time you beat that output, every time you, what they call PR, get a personal record for that output. That has really been pushing me. If you do RSVP for a live class, it's, you're not getting charged if you don't show up to it, but it is a sense of like, oh, I said I was gonna go to that, like it's at 6 a.m. I need to show up for that. So I feel like there are so many ways that the Peloton really pushes you, but not in like a pushy way. Like it pushes you to get on that bike, but not in a way where you're like, like you want to do it. You want to keep your streak going. So that's kind of like the number one. This is in no particular order, but that's kind of number one is that I feel like that They do so many things to motivate you to want to work out. Number 2 is, you know, kind of an obvious one, but convenience. Are you kidding me? We're in Southern California, like I said, and gyms are literally open, close, open, close. Like, let's say we didn't think about getting the Peloton, we were only going to the gym. We would have almost no consistency at this point because even right now, they're still closed around us. So just the convenience of being able to do it at home, the fact that I can literally roll out of bed, put my workout clothes on, do a workout, and then have, you know, X amount of time before Daisy wakes up in the morning. I'm not driving somewhere. I'm not having to like park, get out, do my workout, check in, leave, all that crap. I don't have to do any of that. I'm literally just rolling out of bed and walking X amount of feet to the living room. And lastly, the classes. You guys, it kind of does go hand in hand with the motivation portion, like the fact that I want to get on the bike every day. It's the instructors, it's the various playlists, it's the fun. It's fun. It is fun to do. It's fun to like take a 2000s pop ride and be like transported back to high school while also burning 250 calories. Like, it's just plain fun. You really get to know the instructors. When I first started using it, I was so like stuck on the same 2 instructors. I really didn't want to like branch out because I loved them so much, but I really started branching out, and the more instructors that you take a class from, the more that you get a vibe of like, okay, here's how I'm feeling today, and like this is the class I want to take. Like, if I want someone to make me laugh during the ride, I know who to take. If I need someone to yell at me, be stern with me about it, I know who to take. If I need some inspiration and maybe I need a little cry on the bike, I know who to take. And to me, that cannot be reciprocated in a gym. That's not something I can find anywhere else. All right, I know I'm probably forgetting a handful of things. It's a lot to cover. I feel like I covered a good chunk of it without making it too long. And in summation, I just want to say that this bike, this hunk of metal sitting in my living room, has completely changed my life. And that might sound dramatic, but it's true. I've never been one who liked working out. Even when I had a personal trainer, I didn't like working out. And I committed in, I think it was October or November, to get more steps in, get in some sort of physical activity, which was mainly walking, which is fine. That is physical activity, especially when you're doing it more than you were doing it before. But I've never been the type to like jump on a treadmill or like, you know, do an hour on the elliptical or whatever. And now I just feel like a different person. I feel like physically I'm a lot stronger than I've ever been. I'm stronger than I ever thought I could be. When I think about the hills that I've climbed on that thing, and just everything that I've accomplished in terms of setting different personal records on there and stuff, like if you would have told me 6 months ago that like I would be like working out every day, burning up to like 300 calories a workout, I would not have believed you. But that's what this bike does. It completely transforms how you view exercise. And kind of in conjunction with that, like I've not only seen changes physically for myself, but mentally, for my mental health, this bike has just been like the best thing. I love when the instructors talk to you. I love when they build you up and inspire you and crack an in-sync joke and make you laugh. Like, it's just been in a time where like we can't hang out with friends. Like, we can't, you know, go to a party or go to a get together. It's really cool to like have that one-on-one with an instructor, and that's kind of one piece of the puzzle. And the other piece is like getting your body moving, getting your adrenaline pumping. Like, that has done wonders for my mental clarity, and there is no way in hell any of these things, any of these benefits that I'm receiving, I would be receiving if it were not for this bike. So that's that on that. Again, if you have any questions, I would be more than happy to answer them for you. I just can't, I cannot sing its praises enough. I just can't. But if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Normally, if this is like the first video you've ever seen of mine, normally we keep things keto around here. We keep things low carb. We do grocery hauls, what I eat in a days. But this was definitely a requested one, and one that I wanted to do. So drop me a comment if you feel so inclined, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.